This is very important, the tape. It matters. I use the Netscare 1-inch blue tape.
So I'm going to use like this whole piece of tape, but it's clearly too much. I will usually split it in half, and I demonstrated at the bottom how I do that.
This is where I tell my client to look up or look at their forehead. That way I can make sure all her bottom lashes are covered. So I get asked a lot what made me start doing lashes. So I said, why not create a story time while I'm doing lashes? So 2020, the pandemic hit. I'm a 24-year-old single mother working in retail, making $11.50 an hour. And also I'm starting to see people wearing lash extensions. Now I'm curious, who do lashes? I couldn't find anyone who could do my lashes, so guess what I said? I really said to myself, okay, I can't find nobody in my city that do them. I'm going to be the one to do them. I got on Amazon, got me a starter kit with a mannequin head, jumped on YouTube. And once I got comfortable, I took a refresher class so I could get officially certified. Everything I teach are things that I learned on my own. I invested in courses, classes. Everything I learned came from trial and error and research. And this was 5 years ago. My mannequin head didn't have eyelids like this. It didn't have eyelids at all. I had to use the practice strips that came with the mannequin head and place the strips on the head. That's the error I came from. So when I do a wispy set, I like to place my spikes first. That way I can choose exactly where I want it to go. And overall, I want to place them on the healthiest lashes, the stronger lashes, which happens to be the top layer. So here we are starting with the longer lengths. Check out how I was able to change the direction and it stayed. This is the glue I use. I love this glue. I swear by this glue. That's the 1-second flat glue. And as you can see, it sticks like a magnet. And the lash extensions I'm using is a 0.5 CC curl, which is personally my favorite. It's between the C and the D, so it's not too curly and it's not too straight. And when I lash, it's better to spread out when you're doing lashes. You never want to lash next to another lash. You want to avoid stickies as much as possible. I know I said I was going to place spikes, but I just started making fans. I couldn't help it. If you think I should make a fanning video, let me know. And these are just narrow fans. I didn't want to do them too wide. I personally like narrow fans. Gives more of a cleaner look. Also, your isolation plays a big part of that. How do you find the right isolation tweezer? Make sure that it has a good grip for your fingers. You want to make sure the tips are sharp. I also encourage beginners to start off with the curve isolation tweezer. That way you can curve around the eyelid. You don't have to worry about pinching the skin. As you can see, I like to place my lash extensions under the natural lashes. I don't know if you can tell, but every time I place a lash extension, I always do like a grip check. I'll tug on it, I'll pull on it, I'll probably move it. Remember, be gentle. Typically, I'll hold it on there for about 5 seconds before I let it go. So if you catch your lash extension starting to lean or droop a little bit, just push it back in the right direction and hold it for a few more seconds before you let it go. Now, I know it looks really clear here on the camera, but if you want this kind of visual, you would have to be very close or you need magnifying glasses. What mistake a lot of new lash artists make is breaking their back trying to get this perfect view. But you can't be afraid to ask your client to scoot back some more, adjust their head if you need to. You might have to wake them up a few times. Push your chin up any way that you can see the lash line. Because if you can't see that lash line, do not hunch forward. You will hurt yourself. Now, as we start to get a little fuller with our lashes, we need to check in between that the isolation is good, there's no stickies, and that. Now, I want you to check out how I'm isolating, how I'm opening up that isolation tweezer wide enough to see the natural lash. I go in with the closed tweezer and then I open it up. And I'm using my volume tweezer to help me and my nails also to help me with isolation. Now, if you're still working on your placement, you're still having trouble making fans, I highly suggest you invest in fiber tip tweezers. They have the best grip. You don't have to worry about your lashes slipping out the tweezer. And I pretty much make a fan every time. When I first started making fans, I was making them ahead of time. I was making loose fans and I would keep them in an empty lash tray just so I can speed my time up. Since I was working in retail as a cashier, I used to put my cards in everybody's bag. I would staple my cards on people's receipts. I was even doing my coworkers' lashes. So all the women at my job either had lash extensions or wanted them. I was doing a good deal too, $35 for a full set that lasted maybe a week. I eventually took a lash retention class. I had to basically learn the science behind the glue and how it works and how you place lashes. So when I say I teach you everything I know, I mean everything I wish I would have knew in the beginning. And if you're having trouble gripping your lash extensions off the strip tile, it's either the lash extensions or the tweezers. Invest in some fiber tip tweezers. I promise you, you will not regret it. These tweezers have the best grip and the lash base come out even every time. So easy to make a fan. Now when it comes to these skinny bases, my key thing to do is use the glue rings with the slits in them. I can easily pinch the base, put it through the little slit, dip the glue in there, put it through the little slit, and boom, you see it's not that much glue. You shouldn't have no glue dripping off the base. If you do, just wipe it off a little bit, not too much, and place it on a natural lash. Isolate the lashes first, then dip the fan in the glue, swipe, and put it on the natural lash. Count to 3, do a little grip check, and repeat. I remember contemplating on whether I should quit my job. It took me a whole year, tax time to be exact. When I count my money up at the end of the year, I was making more money doing lashes part-time than I did working full-time in retail. I put my 2 weeks in so fast, got my LLC, and I started doing lashes full-time at my house in the projects. At first, I used to be ashamed to say that, but it feels so good to know where I started and how far I came. In the past 5 years, I've had 6 suites from Warner Robins to Atlanta. You have to remember that your business space is so important. So there are many different ways you can apply the lash extension to the natural lash. My favorite is applying from the bottom. I like to apply on the top for the straighter lashes, and for curlier lashes on the bottom, and for lashes that lean more to the sides, I like to place them on the sides. And once I'm done with my set, I like to apply bonder at the bases of the lashes, which helps the lashes last longer. It helps with retention. It helps the lash extensions dry faster. Usually it will take about 24 to 48 hours for the glue to settle in, but when you apply bonder at the end of your service, you should be able to get them wet. And before you even take the tape off, make sure that you did not neglect those inner corners and those outer corners. I'm telling you, they make a difference. They actually determine how well you sleep at night. And if you're having trouble with isolation, always remember tape is your best friend. You can tape back the lashes. You can move the eyelids with the lashes, especially if you want fuller sets. Just always make sure that the whites of the eyeballs aren't showing because, again, you don't want to get fumes in your client's eyes. So, lucky for you, you stayed to the end. Well, not all the way to the end, but close enough. I love doing giveaways, and I think this is the perfect time to do a giveaway to celebrate. I officially have 13 subscribers, which to me is a good start. It's a big deal. And the way I want to celebrate is I want to give away a few of my digital courses. I have a lash extension and retention course bundle. I have a guide on how to start a successful lash business. Book a 30-minute mentorship call. And I also have a vendor list available. I will be picking 3 winners. Winners will be announced September 25th. That's 2 weeks from now, so you'll have more than enough time to enter for your chance to win. You're subscribed to my channel, like this video, and comment below and tell me what made you want to start lashes or what your biggest struggle is. I told you what made me want to become a lash tech, so now I want to hear what made you start doing lashes. Also add what you need to improve on or what you need to work on. I'm responding to everyone's comment, so good luck. Oh yeah, before we wrap up, I want to shout out my last giveaway winner, Shania. She took a lash class with me. She went to my Atlanta location and my Warner Robins location. I've gotten mad referrals from her. She likes, shares, comment all the time. Now she won a free lash set. As always, Shania, thank you for your support. But again, we're doing something different, giving away something digital, so no matter where you are, you can win. 3 of my lucky subscribers will get free access to my lash book, my online lash course, 1 mentorship call. You choose your prize. Just make sure you're subscribed to my channel, like this video, comment below, and tell me what made you want to become a lash tech and what's your biggest struggle. And that's it. I'll announce the winner in my next video. Good luck and thank you for supporting my channel. Mwah.